Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph from Stitchy Steph on Instagram, and this is my second YouTube. The first one went down really well. I had loads of good comments and positive feedback, and thank you very much for that. This week I'm going to be showing you my whips. So my first one is the cross stitching Sal from the Cross Stitch magazine, which is this one. I haven't quite finished this one here, and then there's another 3 underneath to go. I'm going to hopefully fold it over like this at the end when I finished it all, and put a dowel through and hang it in my kitchen. I think that's that fabric, the Ada, was one actually from Claire Brown X Stitch on Instagram. She does some beautiful Ada. I won that, and I won that one. Absolutely stunning. And that one. I think they're all 14 count. She does some beautiful ones. All 14 count. And just absolutely gorgeous. And it's this one I've got blue sparkly. I don't know if the blue's picking up on here, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's really nice to stitch on, really good fabric as well. So that's my first whip. My second whip, I've had this in my stash for years. My brother bought me it for my birthday one year. Is the Boothie Threads Kings and Queens. And I do enjoy this one. I just didn't realise how long they would take to stitch and how many there was. And that's my progress so far. So I've still got quite a bit to go. The only thing I'm finding difficult about this one is the spacing. Like the spacing that they are, the between like each one. I don't know, it's just one of those things that I'm finding difficult for some reason. My other one is from the Cross Stitcher October 2019 magazine. It's that one. I change all the colours to all my patterns as well. The only ones I haven't changed the colour to, sorry, is my Kings and Queens and my another Boothie one that I've started. But everything else I change the colours to and put them to my taste. So there's my progress so far. So I haven't got very far with that one yet, but I am enjoying stitching that. I used to use, I don't know about anybody else, but I used to use a hoop, big hoop to cross stitch, and I've changed to a Q-snap, and I'm finding it so much better. But on one of my other projects, I'm using linen for the first time, and I'm finding it easier not to use any sort of hoop or Q-snap. I don't know if anybody else is the same, but I just find it a lot easier. And I find that with hoops, that when you've got your fab, like your Ada or whatever, actually in your hoop, that your hoop sort of pops out at the back, if that doesn't sound too stupid, but it doesn't hold it in tight, and the more you tighten it, the more your hoop bends. Anyway, that's me. So this is my other one. It is a Twilies of Stamford, and I started this about 4 years ago, and it's a pet hate. It is just an absolute nightmare, and this is my progress so far. So I haven't really done much of it. I think I did it actually when I was pregnant with my eldest, and I think it sort of put me off of cross stitching a bit, because the colours like on Big Ben and everything else is just sepia, and I think I got sick of looking at the same colours, and my back's really bad. But in total fairness, I was pregnant, so So my next one, that's the pattern. So my next one, I got this at the Knitting and Stitches show in Harrogate. Last year I got it, and I got it reduced. And I've been looking at it, and I love Halloween. And I've been looking at it thinking I need to start that, and the other day I just picked it up and started it, and I absolutely love it. And the fabric that comes with it is pre-dyed, and it's 14 count Aida. Yeah, 14 count Aida. So I've enjoyed stitching on this, and I thought it was going to be an absolute nightmare, but it really isn't. It's so nice to stitch on. Now, my last one is my first ever attempt on linen, and I got a load of fabric gifted to me, like Aida linen, and loads of threads. So I don't know the colours of my threads unless I've bought them myself and put the little tags in, but I'm just finding it, I don't know if I should be using one thread over two, and I've started with 2 over 2, and I'm not sure. And so I think this is 28 count linen. I think I have ordered a ruler to help me with it, so I'm waiting for that to turn up to check, but that's my progress so far. So it's not much, and that's the pattern. So it's out of this book. I don't know where I got it from, or even if it, I think I got it from Hobbycraft, and I don't know if it's still in print, but some of the patterns in this are absolutely gorgeous, and I want to stitch them all, but I think if I stitch any more it won't be on linen. I think I say that, but I'll probably change my mind. Now I'm going to show you my finishes that I finished this like the last few years before I even thought about starting Flosstube. And these ones were all gifts to people. So this one was out of, I think it's Satsuma Street, out of a magazine, The Scene of London. And yet again, I can't tell you the fabric or colours, as I got them all gifted, which is a shame. I'd like to. This one is a stitching shed pattern, and it should have underneath here Home Sweet Home, but I chose not to put it on, and now I can't find my pattern anywhere, and I really wish I'd put it on. But these were all gifted to my mum. Like I made these for my mum for her house, but it's just one of those things we've never had time to finish them, mount them, put them up or anything. And I always thought cross stitches would have had to go in a frame, and I think that sort of put me off cross stitching for a little bit. But I've been absolutely addicted to Priscilla and Chelsea on YouTube, and I'll link them below as well. And they've made me realise you don't just need to mount them in a frame, you can mount them on anything, and you can have them up in your home and they can look stylish and that farmhouse chic, and their house, oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Me and my mum absolutely love watching them. But yeah, she makes you realise, well, both of them make you realise that you can do beautiful patterns and not have to have them in a typical frame. So I'm going to mount these for my mum else, like in another way, just so they're not, like I say, in a frame. Now this one was my first ever one. As you can tell, my back is horrendous. It's a crinoline lady, and it was out of the Cross Stitch Collection magazine, and I can't remember which one it was out of, but I've still got it. So when I find it, I'll put a picture of it on my Instagram, and I'll put the picture up of this so you sort of can see. But it was my first ever large like project, and as you can see, it's not the best. I think these were all meant to have like pretty little swirls like this all lining up and everything else. And I think I give up on the staircase. I think the staircase was meant to go further up, and it was meant to have lights and all sorts, and I just, yeah, again, I don't know the fabric or even the colours that I use. Like, it was my first one, and I got all my fabric gifted, and my floss gifted as well. So I'm afraid it's just how they are. But I have got my little crafting journal, and now what I do is I write every thread, like floss I buy, and every piece of Aida I buy, or linen in here. And this is like my Bible now. This is what I write everything in, and if I go out and I know I need something, I'll come back, and after I bought it, I'll write it in here. This was actually from Paper Chase years ago, and I think I got it for £1, but I just love it. It's just brilliant. So definitely advise somebody, well, you all, to get a journal at least, so you know where you are with your stitching and what you're stitching as well. And I write all like my Flosstube ideas in this, so it's perfect. So my next one was was this. Then it was my granddad's, Papa's. My mum bought it as a gift for my granddad, for her dad, like my Papa. Unfortunately, he died before he could finish it, so I took it on to finish, and I've still got the maston tape. So that's the finished, and I think this one was on, it's called The Wings of Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, The Wings of Time, and I think it was on, I don't know if it was on if it was DMC, oh, Madeira, sorry, it was Madeira thread. So it was but again, my backs are terrible. I can honestly say though that my backs have improved. Actually, no, maybe not. I was going to say my backs have improved since then, but maybe they haven't. But nobody sees them. No, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I hope. Anyway, yeah, well, I'm going to check all my backs just to make sure. Oh no, that one's not as bad. See, they have improved slightly, I promise. And I'm so wary as well now, I know. And this one's not as bad. But this one I put in my handbag because I bought the pattern. I got it in a magazine, and I ripped the patterns out. And I've got it in like a little bag, and when I go out it goes in my bag. So, and all my floss is in there as well, and scissors, and I've got my needles stuck. I really want, well, I did have a needle stuck. I really want a needle minder, and I really should buy myself one, but I keep forgetting, and I just see too many patterns that I really want, so that my money always goes on them and not what I really should buy. Anyway, moving on. I got my haul this month. I haven't actually bought too much. I bought a pattern. No, I haven't bought a pattern, sorry. I've bought my 16 count Aida from my local sewing shop, and that is for my Disneyland Paris project, but I've bought it, and at the moment I've got no intentions to even start my Disneyland Paris cross stitch. I've got too many other ones going, and it's come up to Halloween and Christmas, and they're my main focus now. So that's my next slot, and not that until maybe next year. Anyway, I got floss. It's a beautiful pink, and number 916. And I did get a green, but I don't know the colour. I must have thrown the little tag away. The one that I said that I keep. I've thrown it in the bin. I think, oh, my kids have had it. And I don't know the colour, but I've got a feeling these are like a limited edition, because I got another one, 956. absolutely beautiful. Oh, all DMC, by the way. DMC. I got it when I got my Ada from my local needle workshop. But I think there might be limited edition, because there was like a load of summery colours, like pastel pinks and all sorts. But I'm using these three, or these, sorry, my 2 pinks, on my stitch along. So they're going to good use now. I'm trying to think what else I got. Just my Ada that I won. Like I said, that was absolutely... And I did get some others as well, but they were just like this big of blue. I think it was cream and a white. But I just really wanted to show you these because they're absolutely stunning. And I think Claire has some blood splatter ones as well. And I've really got my eye on the blood splatter fabric. I think it's £4. Don't quote me, but I think it might be £4. But I'll link her below so you can all like have a look. I think she's only on Instagram, I think. But so I'll link her Instagram below, and you can have a look at her, and she does the most beautiful stuff. And perhaps, am I watching at the moment? Chelsea and Priscilla. Oh, just love them. Absolutely. The house is... I just can't stop watching the Christmas tour, and I hope they do a Halloween and Christmas tour again this year. The ideas are just absolutely gorgeous. And there's another one called Teresa Little Stitcher, and some of the projects she's working on as well are so beautiful. Just beautiful ladies, like big, not a crinoline, but Mabella, I can't say it. Probably said it wrong, but have a look anyway, and I'll link them all below. So I still have my little list, just so I know what I'm trying to say and don't panic like I am. Yeah, so I think, has anybody else done the Witchy Stitcher Sal? I think it was the Ouija board one. I'm thinking about maybe joining up to that. I don't know. I've got quite a lot of Halloween projects on the go at the moment, but I do love anything like that, so I might sign up to that one. And I think that's it. So you should see the mess of everything. It's just been thrown, and everything's just been thrown on the floor. So the joy's been a stitcher. Yeah, so that's it for me. So I'll link everything below that I've said. So I'll link Priscilla and Chelsea, Teresa Stitcher, and Claire Brown cross stitch. And I'll link obviously my Instagram below, and I put a lot of like updates on there and a lot of finishes. And I have actually finished I was doing a DMC portrait of my nanny and papa, and I have actually finished it, but I started it and the pattern was massive, and again it was all sepia colours and my eyes just couldn't take it anymore. So I ended up unpicking all like the outsides of it and just keeping the portraits, and I made it into a pillow for my mum. And so next time I see my mum, I'll get the picture, the pillow, and show you. But that has taken me a good 5 years to do, and it needed to be finished because it just wasn't fair anymore. So yeah, anyway, please leave me comments and likes, and find me on Instagram, and we'll comment back. And that's my dog shaking. He's obviously barking at somebody. So yeah, anyway, thanks very much, and I will see you next time, and I hope I should have more done then, and I'm hoping to find something to go on these because I just love them. And that one, it's like a unicorn. For little girls that love unicorn, it's perfect. So, and I have actually got more finished projects, but I need to find them. So hopefully next time I'll have found them by the time I make another video. So right, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you again soon. Bye.